Countries in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East are advising their citizens travelling to the UK to avoid dangerous far-right riots targeting Muslim immigrants or persons of colour. Violence erupted across the UK over the weekend, with over 150 people arrested after anti-immigration rioters attacked mosques and asylum seeker accommodations and burned down shops. Prime Minister Keir Starmer condemned the incidents as far-right thuggery. Malaysia, Indonesia, Nigeria, and the United Arab Emirates have issued alerts regarding the violence. Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that the killing of 3 girls in Southport, northwest England, had spawned an anti-immigrant narrative, with particular emphasis on Muslim immigrants or persons of colour. On Monday, the ministry issued a travel alert to citizens planning to visit the UK, warning of an increased risk of violence and disorder occasioned by recent riots, which had been large and in some instances unruly. Nigerians were cautioned. The violence has assumed dangerous proportions, as evidenced by reported attacks on law enforcement agents and damage to infrastructure. Avoid political processions and protests, rallies or marches, crowded areas, and large gatherings. Be vigilant and self-aware at all times. Malaysia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Sunday urged Malaysians residing in or travelling to the UK to stay away from protest areas and follow advice from local authorities. Citizens who had not registered with the country's High Commission in London were strongly encouraged to do so immediately to ensure they received timely information and assistance. The United Arab Emirates Embassy in London has urged citizens in the UK to exercise necessary precautions and avoid crowded areas in some cities. It advised UAE nationals to register with its consular services branch and to monitor its social media accounts for updates, sharing emergency phone numbers. Indonesia's embassy in London called on citizens in the UK and Ireland to address the situation with urgency and increase vigilance, especially if you have to travel or engage in activities outside the home. It also advised avoid large crowds and places that have the potential to become mass gathering spots. Meanwhile, Russia's Foreign Ministry spokeswoman, Maria Zakharova, stated on Monday, Russia calls on London to refrain from any unjustified or disproportionate use of violence against protesters and ensure their right to freedom of assembly. Violence has swept through British towns and cities over the past week following the fatal stabbing of 3 girls in Southport last Monday.